I am so sick and tired of Rob Manfred speaking out on his own really thoughts, and he's not using his brain, and he's not using his words kindly to the owners, the players, and really all the other GMs throughout the league that are complaining about the Houston Astros getting away with practically murder. This is an organization that won a championship in 2017, not only stole a championship away from the Yankees and the Dodgers, but stole a chance for other organizations to see their team go down, winning parades and all the different things that you get after winning a championship. And by the way, a lot of money.
Legacies too, yeah.
Also money too, because they make more money if they go to the Major League World Series.
Yeah.
This has been a problem for the major leagues. And I understand, and I call it major leagues because I don't even want to call it the MLB anymore, because it really has its own perception now that they think that they can do, and Rob Manfred thinks he can do whatever he wants. Now, I have no problems him making rules if the rules are in the book. But they're not in the book, and he makes his own rules going forward. Bud Selig, he was all about the steroids. The major leagues with the strike in 1994-95, the major leagues were falling off the hinge. So he had to find something. And what happened? Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa happened. They saved baseball. Steroids saved baseball. You could say whatever you want, it did. Now you got Barry Bonds, Alex Rodriguez, Manny Ramirez, David Ortiz. All these big-time superstars that might never see the Hall of Fame. And I look at it, and you have to look at it, because when you try to use your perception to what the major leagues was and what they are now, to me, it's not even a game anymore. It's a business. And I understand everybody says, well, sports is a business now. It's all about money. You have fans that spend hundreds of thousands of dollars for tickets every single year. And these guys or these girls or ladies are going out there and buying tickets for $10,000 for like 25, 30 tickets. And the major leagues have pretty much told the fans, we don't care what you think. We just want you to spend money. And we don't care what the thoughts are with the Astros. We make the decisions. We are the MLB. And I am Rob Manfred. And I am going to make the rules the way I want to make the rules. Now, does that sell the product? Does that help the product? It absolutely doesn't. Now, I do believe in 10 years, the MLB will be back on top over the NFL. Over the NBA. You can laugh all you want, Speedy. It's my thought to it. You can giggle all you want. That's my thought. In the 90s, before 95, the MLB was the number one sport in America before the strike. It was. It was number one. It changed after 95. The NFL took over with the new rule changes in the 2000s, with the Eli Mannings, the Ben Roethlisbergers, and Phillip Rivers, and Tom Brady became a superstar, and all these things happening, Drew Brees. It changed football for the better. But now you look at the major leagues, and you look at where the MLB is going. Where is it heading? And right now, as long as Rob Manfred is running that organization, the MLB will go nowhere. Now, I do believe in 2024, when his contract is up, he will be gone. The players in the major leagues, the players union, and I believe not the commissioner, the owners and the GMs in the league, when they do that vote, and it's usually the owners making the vote, I think a lot of the owners will not vote Rob Manfred in, especially with the Boston Red Sox situation going on right now, which he will not speak about until the season starts. Ooh, I wonder why.
And what will happen, too, if some teams do keep him in the voting loop, assuming obviously no other evidence comes out of other teams doing it, maybe they'll end up being suspicious in their own right, where All right, they can investigate them. Nope, they protected the Astros. Nope, they protected the Red Sox. Nope, they protected Rob Manfred. All of a sudden, there could be an investigation on them, which won't look good either.
Come on, guys. How many people out there think that the Astros should get away with this? Because that's what the major leagues is doing. This is what the MLB is doing. They're pretty much saying, well, if it's a half season, it's a full season, it's a quarter season, it counts for a full season. And they will not be suspended in 2021. Pretty much saying that A.J. Hinch will have a job, and so will the GM, who everybody thought was one of the top 3 GMs in baseball. What was his name?
Jeff Luhnow.
Jeff Luhnow, who will have a job, by the way.
I think so too.
He will absolutely have a job in 2021. And I'm telling you right now, this won't be the first, and it won't be the last time we're going to hear Jeff Luhnow, because I believe wherever he goes next,
some god awful team will take a chance on him.
I believe wherever he goes next, he will do something along the lines like this and try to get away with it again.
You think so?
Oh, absolutely. Once a cheater, always a cheater. You ever hear that?
Yeah, that's fair. It's possible.
The MLB, they're going to be looking into every single thing he does for the next couple of years. Now,
well, especially, if they're going to get away with it like they could be if the season is shortened. Yeah, there's definitely a chance of it. I mean, we'll see if he learns from it or not. That'll be interesting to see. But most likely, whoever will take a chance on it will be a really bad team that maybe has to gamble it on anyway. They might be so bad it won't even matter, but they might still do it.
And here's the thing. You remember the Braves? Does everybody remember what the Braves did? I don't think anybody remembers what the Braves did. Do you remember what the Braves did?
It was illegal tampering with the international pool money or something like that, which allowed.
And what happened? What happened with that?
With nothing.
No, there's something that happened. That was the last thing that happened for Bud Selig. It happened when Bud Selig was practically giving the reins to Rob Manfred.
But did they suspend them for anything like that or fine them? I don't even remember.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that penalty was light, too.
No, it wasn't light. It wasn't light. They took away draft picks. They took away players that they bought with that money, and they lost a lot. They lost a lot, the Braves.
That makes their new GM look better.
And you want to know something? The Braves got a worse suspension than the Astros did, and the Astros cheated to win a World Series. What did the Braves do? Just try to find a way to make more money to bring in more players to that organization. That's all they did. They weren't stealing money. The Astros stole money. And you're going to say, well, how did they steal money? Well, it's very simple. They went to the World Series. They took money from other players, other teams that could have been there at the World Series and winning that money. They cheated those players, those teams, out of money. That's the problem here. Anybody that thinks that the Astros should get away with this doesn't know baseball. They really don't. You don't know baseball. And right now, you could say whatever you want. Every one of you can say whatever you want. The Astros are getting away with murder right now. And the fact that Rob Manfred came out and said that, I wanted to come out with this story because this story irks me.
And even so, regardless of what it is, if you have a suspension that's supposed to be for a certain amount of time, a certain amount of games, you shouldn't just label it to just a year and have it be that particular year. Because, again, circumstances like this, circumstances that are very uncommon within sports, don't come up very often. Don't just limit it to the 2020 season. If an NFL player got suspended for domestic violence for a year or something like that, and the season gets shortened because of a lockout or something like that, are you going to say, no, you served your time. Nope, you can play again. No, it's the same kind of thing. You don't suspend people for just a specific year. You suspend them from a certain amount of games. And if they're
162 games,
it
no
should
matter
be 162 games and
no
any postseason games that they would play in their new locations or whatever, no matter what. If AJ Hinch goes to find a managerial job somewhere else and that team makes the postseason maybe 3 years later, he should be suspended for that too. For whatever amount of games it would have been if he were still the Astros manager in that case. He should be suspended for that. They should not restrict it to being, nope, it's just the 2020 season we're suspending you for if the 2020 season isn't a full season.
And that's why when I look at this story, I had to come out with this story because I couldn't get to it last week. And this story irks me more than any story right now that we're going to talk about. Come on, guys. How many times have we seen major league teams and major league players come out and talk about other teams, other players from other organizations and put them down. Why haven't we heard anything so far from any of these GMs or any of these owners? How you're hearing this story, this story coming out the way it has, and how could you be happy about this as a commissioner? I mean, as an owner or as a GM of another organization? How could you be happy about that? Tell me about that. Please, come out and tell me if you're an owner of a team and you got screwed out of a World Series in 2017, and I'm talking to the Yankees, I'm talking to the Dodgers. Actually, I'm talking about the teams that the Astros actually beat to get to the World Series. Who did they play in the first round?
The Red Sox. But the Red Sox cheated too, allegedly, so that cancels out.
Not in that game, not in that series, because
we don't know.
Alex Cora was still a part of the
we don't know he doesn't want to reveal the evidence. We don't know what came out yet.
It came out in 2007, after 2017, when Alex Cora took over. Okay, it had nothing to do with the Red Sox.
Probably, but again,
guaranteed.
It hasn't been revealed yet.
Guaranteed. It's going to be revealed, and I guarantee it happened in 2018 when they won a World Series.
Okay, but again, let's say most likely, because that's the case. And then you have this 2018. You have the Indians, and they played the Red Sox again, and then the Dodgers again. So, or no, they got knocked out after that. And then 2019 would have been the Rays, and then the Yankees and the Nationals. And the Nationals still beat them anyway.
So just think about it. Look at all those organizations, all those teams that that really got screwed out of winning more money or more playoff series or winning a World Series.
Look at how many players, looking at the Indians and the Rays, look how many players they lost because of, maybe not directly because of that, but because of them potentially losing those series too. And
as a fan, does that make you happy that you spent all that money, all those thousands of dollars to go and watch a baseball team when you had not even a chance to beat the Houston Astros in any one of those series because they were cheating? Would that make you happy as a fan that you go and buy $250 seats to to a playoff game and your team has no chance of winning that game? You don't know that, but now that you know that, I want my money back.
And the Rays last year took them to 5 games, so that series was close as it was. And I think besides game 1, I think every game was close for the most part, so there's an obvious difference.
So let me ask you guys a question. All you guys out there, all you fans out there that are, Yankees, Mets, Dodgers, Texas, Ranger fans, any team out there besides the Houston Astros, would you be happy if you're hearing stories now that's coming out of the MLB, that if the season were to end tomorrow because of the coronavirus, that AJ Hinch and Jeff Luhnow will be reinstated in the MLB no matter what in 2021, even though there's no season? Just think about it.
Ridiculous.
Would you be happy? Come on, guys. Because I wouldn't be.
And you shouldn't be.
As a sports fan, as a Yankee fan, as an any fan, if I was an Angels fan, and the Angels have not been good for years, I would not be happy. But Rob Manfred likes to hide things, likes to say what he wants, and he comes out, tries to be very laid back, and I'm a GM that has my own thoughts, and this and that and this. Here's my thought to Rob Manfred, and I don't care what anybody thinks about what I'm going to say right now. I think Rob Manfred should be fired tomorrow from all the owners, from all the GMs. They should have a sit down and fire Rob Manfred because obviously he's way over his head. He took over for Bud Selig. Everybody was talking about, wow, Rob Manfred's going to be one of the best commissioners. Look at all the implemented rules he's going to bring in to the major leagues. Look at the changes he's going to bring in. Look what he's doing for the MLB. Here's what he's doing for the MLB. He's screwing everything up. Whatever growth the MLB has been growing to is falling apart again because he's giving these teams or these owners the opportunity to sit back and relax and let him make the decisions. And his decisions are completely wrong.